Welcome into Game 2 of our doubleheader here at Lakewood Ranch High School. It's the Pioneers and the Lynx. The Pioneers 4-8 on the season, trying to end a 2-game losing streak. The Lynx enter 4-6 on the summer, losers of their last 4. Who can get off the schneid? We'll see as the Pioneers and the Lynx do battle over here at Field 1. Earlier today, the River Mocs beat up on the slice 7-1 to move to 11-1 this summer, absolutely strengthening their hold on first place. The Lynx now in 5th, Pioneers in 6th, and a victory for the Lynx would tie them with the slice at 4th. Glad you're with us here on Stream Live Tampa for Game 2 of our doubleheader coverage here on this Thursday in the first season of FGCL Summer Softball. I'm Gray Robertson from the Crimson Tide Sports Network and from SEC Network Plus. Jim Delaney here as well, alongside the rest of our fantastic crew from Stream Live Tampa. And Jim, earlier today, River Mocs used the power, but it came from 3 pretty unassuming players. The 3 that hit the long ball, Benson, Ginder, and Quinones, had combined for 1 all summer long entering the day, but they were able to get a hold of some pitches and drive them into a very fierce wind out here at Lakewood Ranch.
Yeah, and like we were saying, very opportunistic team, the River Mocs, all season, and that's just how they were in that game. There were 3 base running mistakes, big base running mistakes, I should say, by the slice. They just couldn't get out of their own way in that game. But Michaela's team is now 11-1, sitting on top of the standings, and then tonight's matchup has the newly acquired Mary Beth Feldman, pitcher out of University of Utah, local product in the Tampa area from Newsom High School in Lithia. We'll see if she gets an inning or 2 tonight for Coach Fico's Lynx. And then Erica Beach's Pioneers team, they just keep scrapping. They're also a fun bunch to watch as well.
Yeah, I have been told by Coach Fico that we will see Feldman at some point today. Not here, though, in the top of the first, because the Lynx are coming to the plate. And here's the lineup for the 4-6 Bradenton Lynx. Leading off, Michaela Frazier in the 2 spot, bumping up Ashley Likens. Evan Flaherty will bat 3rd. Gabby Ruiz in the cleanup spot. Haley Lee batting 5th. Kaylee Evans batting 6th. Mackenzie Woods in the 7 hole. Sajari Jones batting 8th. And Jalen Ford will bat 9th. The 10 spot occupied by the pitcher, Danny Bauer. I doubt we will see her bat, but you never know. She was labeled as the 1 and the flex. They'll face in the circle Brooklyn Lucero, incoming freshman, headed to NC State out of Loma, Colorado. First time we've seen her in the circle in a couple of weeks, actually. Only 6 innings on the summer so far, a 3.5 ERA. 10 hits, 5 runs, 3 of those earned. No walks, a couple strikeouts. Bats as well. Erica Beach says she has got huge, huge potential. Best pitch is a drop ball, pretty good pace, has a rise, more of a show pitch. You really don't see it called for strikes that much, and good curveball movement. She starts in the circle. No decisions on the summer for Lucero, and she begins things with a drop ball low to Michaela Frazier. Incoming freshman, headed to Elon out of Lakeland. Now leads the team in batting average, .452, 14 of 31. 11 RBI, 3 homers, triple-double, .528 OBP. Last time these 2 teams faced off, Frazier went 2 for 3 with a run scored. Lynx won at 4-0, got out to an early 4-3, got out to an early 4-0 lead. Pioneers got 3 in the 6th, but couldn't push the tying run across. Frazier up the middle, and that'll find its way for a base hit. Defense for the Pioneers. Cameo Prasuti out in left. Paris Woods in center. Skylar Ball in right. Kroll at 3rd. Grace Prom playing against her college head coach, Lindsay Fico. Prom over at short. Megan Piero at 2nd. Jordan Hulk Petty over at 1st. And Neely Peterson behind the plate, catching for Lucero. Here's Ashley Likens. Probably see her try and lay one down. She does. It's low for a strike, lower part of the zone. Likens, another incoming freshman, off to Furman out of Naples, Florida. Hit .615 as a senior, but the FGCL has been a different story. 2 for 5 so far this summer .080 average. She's driven in a couple runs. Quickly behind 0-2. 0 for 5 this week, 0 for 2 in the previous meeting between these squads. Final game of the day before we dive into Friday play and then get Saturday off for the 4th of July. In the dirt, off goes Frazier. She advances on the wild pitch. 1-2 to Likens. An RBI chance for Likens. Slaps that one foul. Lynx 4-6. They've dropped their last 4. 0-2 this week. One-two to Likens is, she's out of the box. Frazier will have to go back to second as Likens called for the out of the box. Apparently it was pretty blatant. Those are the ones where I don't have an issue with the out-of-the-box rule being what it is, an automatic out. I, however, would, as I've said plenty of times before, like to see that called to just a strike, especially on ones where maybe a toe or two is over the line. Nevertheless, one down. Frazier's back at second. Here's Devin Flaherty. Rolls her eyes on that one. 0-1. Flaherty, a freshman for Lonnie Alameda in Florida State last year out of Sarasota. 406 average this summer, 13 of 32. She's driven in 10 runs. She's hit 3 bombs, 3 doubles, a triple, 457 OBP. She had an RBI on a 2-for-3 night against the Pioneers in that 4-3 win last time these two faced off. Flaherty was absolutely destroying the ball in week 2. Week 3, been a little bit colder, 1 for 7 with an RBI double. Perhaps that's because they've played the Slice, who for the majority of the game in relief through Shannon Sale, and faced Jenna Green for the Squeeze, who is the best ERA in the league right now. Over to first. Petty's got it. She steps on the bag. Very quickly, 2 down. On the G3U, but a run 60 feet away. Here's Gabby Ruiz out of Liberty, freshman for the Flames last year. In there for strike 1. Ruiz on the summer hitting .276, 6 runs batted in, triple, 2 doubles. 344 OBP. Hitless so far this week. 1 for 3 against the Nears last time these two played. And that is right to short. And Prom makes the catch for the final out. Runner left stranded at third as Ruiz really got a hold of it, but right to a defender. And that'll do it. Here in the top of the first. Scoreless between the Lynx and the Pioneers. Pioneers will try and do something on offense as we head to the bottom of the first. Danny Bauer coming up in the circle for the Bradenton Lynx. And to the bottom of the first we go. Here is the order for the Pioneers. 4-8 so far this summer. Currently residing in 6th. Leading off, it'll be Paris Woods. Megan Piero will bat 2nd. Mackenzie Ball batting 3rd. Neely Peterson bats 4th. Grace Prom bats 5th. Kayla Poston bats 6th. Jordan Petty in the 7th spot. Skylar Ball will bat 8th. Kennedy Kroll will bat in the 9-hole, and Cameo Prasuti will try and flip it over. And they'll face in the circle Danny Bauer, freshman last year for the University of Charleston out of Tallahassee, Florida. So far this year, a 2.96 ERA. She's gone 23 2/3, 24 hits, 15 runs, 10 earned, 4 walks, and 23 2/3 innings pitched, just 4. And she has struck out 26. Player that spins it really well, looks fast coming in, but in reality it's about 60 to 62 miles per hour. Fantastic movement, has a change, she can throw at any count. Works down in the zone, and the Pioneers have seen her before. Came on in relief, went 2 innings, didn't give up anything except a walk, and struck out 4. And now here she is getting the start, trying to turn things around for the Bradenton Lynx. While we wait, let's set the defense for the Lynx. Out on the left, it's Kaylee Evans. Ashley Likens playing in center. Sajari Jones in right. Gabby Ruiz over at third, where she's really found a home here this summer. Devin Flaherty at short. That left side has been steady pretty much since game 1. Michaela Frazier at second. Jalen Ford at first. And Haley Lee behind the dish, catching Danny Bauer. Starting off with Paris Woods against Bauer here in the bottom of the first. Scoreless game. First pitch strike to the member of the Qs. Paris Woods, a transfer from Florida Southwestern State. NJCAA All-American. Junior last year for the Orange. Got off to a blazing start. Reached her first 6 times this summer. On the year, though, 286 average, 4 of 14, 412 OBP. 0 for 3 this week, 0 for 3 against the Lynx last time up. Here she is leading off. In there for strike 2. Slapped foul. Remains 1-2. Pioneers this week 1-2. Walk-off victory over Fast Pitch U, a 5-1 loss to the River Mocs, and a 2-1 loss to the Impact. Hottest team in the league right now, besides maybe the River Mocs. 4-8 this summer. In games decided by 2 runs or less, they are 2-4. See if that stat comes into play later on. 2-2 from Bauer is slapped out to the right center gap. That'll find its way all the way to the fence. Woods can just stroll right into second with a stand-up leadoff double, and the Pioneers are in business here in the bottom of the first. And now the rest of the order will try and push a run across. Going to the number 2 hole hitter, Megan Piero. 250 average so far this summer. She's driven in 6 runs. She's hit 3 homers. A couple doubles, 432 OBP. And that will find its way over Likens in center. Woods will stop at third. And Piero has the double. And now 2 in scoring position for the Pioneers with nobody out here in the bottom of the first. And immediately out comes Lindsay Fico, the head coach for the Lynx. Fico about to enter her 3rd year as a head coach at Santa Fe. Played at Florida for Tim Walton, as well as Karen Johns from 03 to 06. Her assistant, Kara Parker, 4-year starter at App State up in Boone, and also her assistant at Santa Fe. Meeting adjourned. RBI chance for Mackenzie Ball, junior from Southern Utah out of Las Vegas. Far inside for ball one. Ball right up there on the team in average. 320 so far this summer. She's driven in 7. 8 of 25 with a 433 OBP. Thanks to 5 walks drawn and a Pioneer staple, the hit by pitch. In there for strike 1. Too high, 2-1. Bauer this week came on in relief against the Squeeze. Went 3 2/3, gave up 3 runs, all of them earned, 5 hits, 4 strikeouts in that 7-0 victory on Tuesday. Woods over at third, Piero at second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Fouled off. The Pioneers entered the game with the lowest runs per game margin, averaging just over 3 a contest. Have had issues getting the clutch hit. This would be a good start here in the bottom of the first. Ball gets a hold of it. That's way up in the air. And drifting back and making the catch is Likens. Woods will tag up. That'll work. Sack fly. Allows Paris Woods to score. Piero stays at second, but there's 1 down and 1-0 on the board here in the bottom of the first as the Pioneers strike.
That's the old-fashioned get him on, get him over, get him in. With the sack fly there by Ball.
Had plenty of depth, and now Neely Peterson will try and add 1 more. With Piero at second, first pitch. Number strike 1. Peterson, another Santa Fe player. She'll be playing for Coach Fico this year after transferring from Colorado State. 333 average so far this summer with 6 runs batted in, a couple homers, and a double. This week, 3 for 9 with an RBI and a home run. One and 2. Erica Beach over in the third base coaching box for the Pioneers. Former Arizona State Sun Devil from 1999 to 2002, was a first-team All-American her freshman year, and in her career, fantastic .8 ERA and 2 Women's College World Series trips where she had 4 appearances. After college, assistant at Arizona State for a couple years, good amount of time at Ohio State, and then head coach in New Mexico from 11 to 17. She's all over the record books for Arizona State, in the Hall of Fame, inducted in 2012. Has a perfect game against Cal, which was no small potatoes back in the late 90s, early 2000s. She is really fallen in love with her team, loves coaching them, says they bonded well, looks for the offense to get a couple more key hits in games. Chance for Neely Peterson here in the bottom of the first with a runner at second and 1 out. Full count over to Frazier. And 2 away. As Piero takes third. And now Grace Prom. Freshman last year, again, for Santa Fe out of Lake Mary, Florida. 150 batting average, 514 OBP. Here this summer, 1 for 8 this week. Chance to drive in a run. Takes the first pitch strike, 0-1. Wind is not blowing as hard as it was earlier. It was really rip-roaring in that first game. Now it's slightly above a breeze. Either way, still going left to right. Prom off of Bauer. And nobody's there to get the ball. In comes Piero, and it's 2-0 Pioneers. As Prom got one off of Bauer. Says she's fine, but that's an RBI for Grace Prom. Second of the summer. Coach Fico double checking on Bauer, as she should.
Yeah, she took that right off the pitching hand.
Everything seems fine. Pioneers had just 5 runs in the first inning all summer. They've got 2 here. And looking for more with Kayla Poston. In there for strike 1. Poston, a freshman out of Barry from Cherry Hills, New Jersey. 308 average this summer with 4 runs batted in, a triple, 3 doubles, 2 walks, 379 OBP. 2 for 4 this week with that triple. I've seen the bat heat up a bit lately. Trying to extend things here in the bottom of the first. Two and 1. When they played, Poston was 1 for 2 against the Lynx with a walk, strikeout, and a run scored. That a game where the Lynx struck early, had to hold on. See how this one unfolds. Fouled off, 2 and 2. That one well hit out to center. Likens tracking it. Got a beat on it. She makes the catch to retire the side, but a really good inning here in the bottom of the first. Pioneers get 2 across on the sac fly and the RBI single by Grace Prom. And now the Lynx come back to the plate, trailing 2-0 through 1 here at Lakewood Ranch High School. Second game of our doubleheader coverage here on Stream Live Tampa.
Yeah, a reminder, everybody watching on Stream Live Tampa through social media to like, share our pages, our feeds on Facebook, retweet on Twitter, subscribe for free on our YouTube channel, Stream Live Tampa. You can make donations to Stream Live Tampa via PayPal. You can ask us streamlivetampa@mail.com for more information on sponsorship opportunities. And we appreciate everybody that's donated so far in the past week. We had some people that were donating in person here. They could see we were sitting in the heat for a while and saw all the hard work. And
Did they donate an IV? Because I could have used that.
We could have big time that day. I checked out a little bit in that third game, it seemed like. But we appreciate everybody's support, and just like this league, there's been more articles written online, D1softball.com with Tara Henry. She was out here first week. I know Gray had her on one game, and we saw her here at Lakewood Ranch last week, so she's taken notice of this league. Justin's World of Softball as well with their Player of the Week announcements. So the league and Stream Live Tampa, it's been a good partnership so far in season number 1.
Inning number 1 really went the way of the Pioneers. It's 2-0 as we head to the top of the second. 5, 6, 7 due up for the Lynx, starting off with the fighting Texas Aggie Haley Lee. First pitch strike from Brooklyn Lucero in the circle. Lee out of A&M. Sophomore for Joe Evans out in College Station in 2020. Kingwood, Texas native. Consistent starter for Texas A&M since she stepped on campus. Over to short. Prom's got it. Throw on the run was a touch high, but tag applied. 1 down. And very quickly, the leadoff is back in the dugout. And now Kaylee Evans will step in. Evans, incoming freshman, going to play for USC Upstate. Takes strike 1. Out of Naples, Florida. Getting a start today. Looking for her first hit of the summer. 0 for 6 so far. A couple of walks, a couple of strikeouts, and a run scored. Quickly, though, behind 0-2. Again, if you're just joining us, Lynx did also acquire a new pitcher. We saw a new pitcher for the Slice. Lynx added an arm as well. Mary Beth Feldman out of Utah. Talked to Coach Fico. She said, your scouting report will be the same as mine. We'll find out together when she pitches tonight. We'll see if the plan remains the same with the Lynx trailing it early. Evans steps back in. Lucero with the 0-2. Popped foul. Here's another 0-2 from Lucero. That one to Piero at second in time very quickly. Yet again, 2 away. Lynx trying to end a 4-game losing streak. Not off to a hot start here in the top of the second, trailing 2-0. Here's Mackenzie Woods, DP this evening. And there for strike 1. Woods, another incoming freshman, heading to play for North Florida out of North Fort Myers. 207 average this summer with 6 ribbies, homer, double, but 12 strikeouts has been the area of concern. Big cut there, 0-2. 0 for 6 this week with 3 Ks, was 1 for 2 of the runs scored against the Pioneers in the first meeting. Touch high, 1-2. Pretty good rise ball there by Lucero. Oh, misses a touch low. Dances around the zone, 2-2. On top of it, that's a foul ball. First couple innings have typically been where the Lynx has done all their scoring. They've scored 37 runs this summer so far in innings 1 through 3. 4 through 9, just 15. But Lucero working through things here. Another 2-2. Barely touched it. Remains 2-2. Two outs, nobody on. Another 2-2 to Mackenzie Woods. Upstairs, full count by the incoming freshman. Foul. As the adventure continues here in this lengthy at-bat by Mackenzie Woods. Pioneers got 2 runs on 3 hits, a couple of doubles. Got things going in the bottom of the first. Lynx trying to answer. Another payoff to Woods. High, that's a walk. Nicely done by Woods with 2 outs. And that is, unless I missed it while compiling the board, the first walk she's had all summer. Yeah, just confirmed it. First time she's drawn ball 4. Here's Sajari Jones. Swing and a miss at the first pitch. Jones, a redshirt freshman out of Pensacola State from Cape Coral, Florida. 2 for 14 this summer. It's a 143 average. Couple walks, 6 strikeouts, 2 runs scored. Decent week 3, 1 for 3. Was 0 for 1 against the Nears last time. Lucero ahead once again, 0-2. Foul tipped into the glove. That'll do it. As the strikeout for Lucero retires the side, her first of the evening. Brooklyn Lucero looks really solid through 2 innings. The Pioneers with a 2-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the second here on this Thursday night. Game 2 of doubleheader action here at Lakewood Ranch, Florida.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Lucero is the only 2020 signee for the Pioneers, and she looks fantastic through 2 innings so far.
As we head to the bottom of the second, good to know that our friend at D1 Softball, Tara Henry, already gotten a shout out, and she's tuning in, watching from out in the desert. Had a nice chat with Tara earlier as we recapped for D1 Softball what we have seen so far in this league. Could we have a standings upset brewing right now? 7-8-9 due up for the Pioneers. They've got a 2-0 lead already. As we enter, it's Petty, Ball, and Krull for Coach Eric Beach's squad. Here's Jordan Petty. Her coach calls her Hulk out of Palmetto, Florida. Sophomore out of Barry. 250 average this year. 3 runs batted in, a double, 333 OBP. Didn't play against the Lynx last time. 1-1. 1 for 8, week 3. Does have an RBI. Swing and a miss. Just missed. Two balls and 2 strikes. Bauer got into a bit of trouble in the first inning. Worked her way out of it. Change is high. Knees were buckled, but that one floated above the zone. Full count. Payoff, swing and a miss. First strikeout for Danny Bauer, 1 away here in the bottom of the second. Now Skylar Ball, we already saw McKenzie. Here's the other junior out of Las Vegas, Nevada for Southern Utah. Definitely went around there, 0-1. 0 for 4 this week on the season, 182 average, 422. Couple runs batted in. She's got a double. OBP really solid at 379. Ball stands in. Right down the heart. Bauer looking good here in the second. On the flip side, the early innings have not been great for the Pioneers. So far this year, 1 through 4, been outscored in each frame. Ball over to Frazier, who makes the catch on the run for out number 2.
Yeah, Bauer's not showing any signs of getting hit in the pitching hand in that first inning.
Now with 2 down, here's Kennedy Kroll, third baseman out of Huntington. In there for strike 1. Junior from Claypool, Indiana. Hitless so far in the summer, 0 for 14. She does have an RBI. 0 for 2 this week with a walk. Trying to get her first hit for the Pioneers. But very quickly behind 0-2. As we near 8 o'clock Eastern time. 0-2 upstairs, 1-2. Way out in front of the off speed, and Bauer sits him down in order. Second strikeout of the inning, second strikeout of the night. We're through 2. Pioneers still with a 2-0 lead. Lynx will try and get the bats going as we head to the top of the third.
Yeah, Bauer getting hit in that first inning, and again, not showing any signs. But when you talk with her, it just seems like this innocent little country girl, but she is completely different in between the lines. And that was good to see her bounce back in that inning after getting hit the first time around.
Danny Bauer, a pitcher that has really impressed me. She jumped off the page statistically, came in town, looked really good in the mini camps and scrimmages, and now here she is again, mowing right along. The ERA is a little bit elevated, a little higher than I would have expected from her, but only walking 4 and now 25 2/3. She really does have pretty good stuff and really good pace for somebody that is on the slider side. She gets a rest though, because the Lynx offense comes back up with 9-1-2. Again, Coach Fico not taking the 10 spot. So it'll start with Jalen Ford. Ford, another incoming freshman on this roster. Heading to play for the Owls. And Joan Joyce out at Florida Atlantic from Palm Harbor, Florida. And that hits her. Not a surprise, because Ford entered the game with a .235 batting average and a .552 OBP because she's been hit by 9, now 10 pitches. She stands over at first with the leadoff HBP. And back to the top of the order we go. Michaela Frazier singled in the first. Was left stranded over at third base. Shows bunt. Tie for ball 1. This is not what I would do strategically. Have Frazier bunt. We'll see if it's called off here. The 1-0 from Lucero. No, she squares it and misses. 1-1. Frazier is the best bat in the lineup, statistically. .452. You've got a runner on base, the leadoff runner on base. Let your horses run. That's what I'm thinking. See if the bunt's off after the missed attempt right there. The 1-1 from Lucero. It is, and that one is hammered out to center. Drifting back, and it's off the fence. Frazier heads for second. Ford heads for third, and very quickly, 2 in scoring position for the Lynx. Here in the top of the third is Michaela Frazier. Powers to her second hit of the ball game. And now an RBI chance for Ashley Likens, who has 2 this season. Could maybe see a suicide squeeze with the slapper. No, she'll just slap straight up. Takes ball 1. Likens stepped out of the box, apparently way out of the box, back in the first. Now here she is with nobody out and 2 on. That one slapped over to second. Throw to first is in time, and a base running gaff as Ford will slide back in safely. Ball got away from Krull anyway. That could have been pretty bad, as Frazier was standing at third while Ford was trying to read when to go. Luckily for the Lynx, only one is retired. However, that does bring up Devin Flaherty. Grounded out in the first. 10 runs batted in for the Florida State product so far this summer. First pitch, whoa. Out in front. That was destroyed. 0-1. Third inning has been tricky for the Pioneers. I mentioned 1 through 4 have not been great, being outscored 22-40. Third inning, opponents have gotten the Pioneers 10-3 so far this summer. That one, fair. Krull's got it and gets the force of Ford for out number 2. right to Krull, who just applied the tag. Down goes Ford, 2 away. Gabby Ruiz lined out in the first. Takes first pitch strike. Lynx now with 2 hits in the ball game, both coming off the bat of Michaela Frazier. Trying not to strand her in scoring position for the second time in this game. 0-1 to Ruiz. Hammered foul. Way out of here. 0-2. That one is roped out to center. That'll drop. Here comes Frazier. And she will score as Ruiz takes second on the throw. That's an RBI single for Gabby Ruiz. And the Pioneers see their lead cut to 1. With once again 2 in scoring position. Pitch a little up from Lucero. And Ruiz barreled it right out to right center. Woods tried to make a throw, but too much speed from Frazier. She scored easily. Here's Haley Lee. First pitch. Ball. Lee ground out in the second. Got her retired. Flaherty's hanging out over at third. Ruiz is at second after the RBI single. Lee, that'll get past Prom. We're tied. Maybe more. Here comes Ruiz. She will score, and the Lynx takes the lead on the 2 RBI single by Haley Lee. The Lynx had struggled to put anything together. And then an RBI single by Gabby Ruiz, and 2 runs coming in off the bat of Haley Lee. Gives the Lynx a 3-2 advantage here in the top of the third with 2 outs, and that brings up a new pitcher for the Pioneers. Out goes Lucero, in comes Kayla Howald. Howald, the freshman out of Campbell from Bradenton, Florida. On the season, a 2-1 record, 2.59 ERA. She's gone 27 innings, 34 hits allowed, 11 runs, 10 earned runs, 4 walks, 25 Ks. Has a rise, that's her best pitch. She can throw it on multiple planes. Solid pace, good spin, curve on both sides. This week has already made a good appearance. Went 6 innings, gave up 8 hits, but just 2 runs with 6 strikeouts. And now here she is with 2 outs in the top of the third, and the Lynx leading 3-2. First pitch ball to Kaylee Evans. Evans 0 for 1 today. Lucero can re-enter. 2 2/3, 4 hits, 3 runs all earned, 1 walk and 1 strikeout. And Lucero, of course, responsible for Haley Lee over at first. It's a good bat on that one. And running in and unable to make the catch is Woods. That's a heck of a way to get your first base hit of the summer. And runners stand on the corners for the Lynx as the 2-out production continues here in the top of the third. Woods flew in, but still I think a little bit hobbled by that leg injury. Couldn't get there in time. And the excitement continues with Mackenzie Woods, who walked for the first time this summer back in the second. First pitch low for ball 1. 3 runs here in this frame on 4 hits for the Lynx. Oh, well, the delivery. Too far in, 2-0. Shoelace timeout called. Haley Lee out of A&M over at third. Kaylee Evans at first. 2-0 to Mackenzie Woods. Upper part of the zone, 2-1. Holds off there, 3-1. The inning started with a hit by pitch. Since then, the Lynx have put together 4 hits to get 3 across. 3-1 to Woods, way out in front. That's drifting foul anyway, but there to make the catch is Prasuti to retire the side, but a big-time inning for the Lynx after 2 stone-cold ones. 3 runs come across on 4 hits, including a big-time RBI by Gabby Ruiz and 2 coming across from Haley Lee on a single. 3-2 Lynx. Pioneers will try and answer as we head to the bottom of the third here on Stream Live Tampa. Well, we go to the bottom of the third. It's 10-1-2 due up for the Pioneers. Now trailing for the first time here in this game. 3-2 Lynx. Took a while for the Lynx to exit the dugout. I hope that doesn't mean we have any defensive changes, but I don't think we do because I didn't see Coach Fico come and chat with the umpires. Everything appears fine. That includes Danny Bauer back in the circle. She's given up 3 hits. She's allowed 2 earned runs, but in the second struck out a couple. No free passes surrendered so far. And she opens against Cameo Prasuti. Incoming freshman. Going to play for, as Lane Kiffin would call it, the FAU. 214 average this summer. 6 of 28. 1 RBI, 313 OBP. Didn't play last time these two teams squared off and is 0 for 7 here in week 3 with an RBI for the Fort Pierce, Florida native. Trying to get things going for the Pioneers here in the bottom of the third. Two teams trying to end losing streaks. Early punch thrown by the Pioneers. Lynx responded with an uppercut. What do the Pioneers have in store? First pitch strike to Prasuti, 0-1. quickly. Bauer ahead 0-2. Loose rise, 1-2. Again, last game of the day here in the FGCL. On the other field, it's an exhibition between the Mustangs. So that one's right to Ruiz. One away. Mustangs in the impact playing over there. In case you are curious, they do have game changer up, and it's 6-2. Mustangs over the impact. Not something that matters in the standings, of course. Impact playing pretty hot softball right now. 3-0 this week. Up to 6-6, third place in the league. Paris Woods has been lifted for Kara Saylor. Missed a game earlier this week. Was not dressed out. Now here she is, sophomore out of Stetson. Swings and misses at the first. 158 average, 319 so far this summer. RBI. 0 for 2 against the Lynx last time these two squared off. See if she replaces Woods in the field as well. Again, we talked about it. Woods still kind of dealing with that injury to her quad. One and two. Bauer doing a great job getting ahead since that first inning. Lights are on now here at Lakewood Ranch High School. Dug for that one. Frazier's got it. Basket catch made after a slight miscommunication. But now 2 away here in the bottom of the third. Megan Piero doubled in the first, came around to score. USF product out of Lutz, Florida. 2 outs trying to get the production for the Pioneers, trying to answer after the Lynx got 3. In there for strike 1. Just foul. Bit out in front of that one. Nobody on, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Pioneers looking for some energy after 2 runs in the first. It's been quiet since. 1-2. In the dirt, 2-2. Pitch from Bauer is low. Count goes full to Piero. Good at bat here. Payoff from Bauer. That one hit sharply but foul. Another 3-2 upcoming to Piero. Waits on it. So roller. No one's at the bag, and now Frazier comes over, and she's safe. Piero beats it out. Ford went to go get it. Frazier, as fast as she is, was a step slow in recovery. And out comes Lindsay Fico to ask about the call. Taking her time to walk out there. Fourth hit of a day for the Pioneers.
It's a good opportunity. I got a text from Mackenzie Ball's about to come up here. Her dad, Nate, watching out in Vegas, texted me, and then I saw that he just retweeted the stream as well, saying it's nice to come home from work and put on the screen and get the live stream up. We'll see how Mackenzie can do with dad watching now.
Well, she did well in the first with a sac fly to make it 1-0 Pioneers with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Trying to keep it going. Lynx leading at 3-2, but Near's looking to answer. Ball 1 to Mackenzie Ball. Mackenzie Ball earlier this week had the double that drove in 2 to beat Fast Pitch U in the bottom of the 7th. Good job by Pierre getting back in time. Ball also had the 2 RBI double against the Squeeze in the opener to win 2-1. It's a little too early in the game to make things sound like they're make or break, but Mackenzie Ball has known to get the hits when they have needed them the most. Right now just trying to extend the third inning. .30 count. Should be all take here. Takes a strike, 3-1. Too far inside, that's a walk. Ball continues to disappear from the box score. Now 2 plate appearances, no official at-bats, and there's 2 on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Neely Peterson, the cleanup hitter, with a chance to maybe tie up this game. Peterson had a ground out in the first. First pitch. Change of speed, buckled the knees, 0-1. Piero out at second, Mackenzie Ball at first. After 2 relatively quick outs to start the inning, Pioneers trying to make this third interesting. Now into Frazier. Side-to-side movement, throw to first in time, that'll do it. Here in the third. 2 left stranded. Lynx will try and add to their lead, 3-2 through 3. Here in the final game of our doubleheader coverage here on this Thursday of Week 3 of FGCL Summer Softball. Kayla Howald in the circle for the Pioneers. Second pitcher of the day for the designated home team as we head to the top of the fourth. Howald took over in the third. Got the one out necessary after giving up a hit. Lynx leads at 3-2. First time they have seen Kayla Howald in the circle so far this summer. And now they'll turn to the bottom of the order, 8-9-1. Couple changes in the field for the Pioneers. As it looks like Skylar Ball is out in center now. And Saylor did, in fact, replace Woods in the field. She's out in right. First pitch to Jones is fouled off. Jones struck out in the second. Infield remains the same for the Pioneers. Oh, nice slap. Long run for Howald. No way you can get Jones there. That's an infield single to lead things off here in the top of the fourth. Was almost a swinging bunt down the first base line. Just really well done by Jones, and no one was there. Pretty easy for Jones to get to first. And now we'll see what the lineup does behind the leadoff single. Here's Jalen Ford. Lays down a bunt, fouls it. She was hit by a pitch on the first pitch of her third inning at bat. That's what got that 3-run inning going. Really a hit-a-palooza. One hit by pitch, and then 4 hits for the Lynx that drove in the 3. Bunt again. Nicely done. Coming and cutting it off is Krull. Throw back to second, not in time. That's a sacrifice for Ford. Krull came over and just stepped right in front of Howald and said, "I got it." Howald said, "Sure." Now one down here in the top of the fourth, but a runner in scoring position for the top of the order, Michaela Frazier, who has been potent so far. 2 for 2. Doubled and scored in the third, singled in the first. Too high, ball 1. Frazier out of Lakeland, Florida, a player for Elon that is going to make life really difficult for teams playing the Phoenix in the non-conference. In particular, I'm looking at you, Georgia. They always seem to schedule Elon. Took a little off that one, did Howald. 1-1. Fourth inning's been a bit of a nightmare for the Lynx this summer. Outscored 12-3 by the opposition. Trying to get on the right side of that. That one's foul. 1-2. Howald ahead. 1-2 to Frazier. Fouled off of Peterson. Remains 1-2. Frazier stands back in. Chance with a runner in scoring position. The 1-2. Waits on it. Hammered. That'll drop. 3 for 3 now. All the way to the fence. Jones will come in and score, and Frazier stops at second with the RBI double. 4-2 Lynx now. Here in the top of the fourth as Michaela Frazier makes it a 3 for 3 night. She's now 17 of 34 this summer. And she just drove in RBI number 12. Whatever Coach Fico did to talk to this team, it's working. Here's Ashley Likens. 0 for 2 night for her. Stepped out of the box in the first, ground out in the third. Shows bunt. She stepped out of the box. I hope it is very blatant because there is no chalk to be seen there. She'd better have both feet on home plate. And it sounds like that's what he's saying to the catcher, Peterson. First time said she had a whole foot outside of home plate. Must have been the same case there. Either way, 2 down. Time called. Flaherty 0 for 2. Ground out in the first. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the third. This is a rarity to see a hitless start to the evening for Flaherty. Trying to drive in a run. Our team's already scored 1 here in the fourth. Frazier hanging at second. Fights that one off quickly, 0-2. Misses outside, 1-2 to Devin Flaherty. Flaherty hit .571 in week 2. But including tonight, 1 for 9 here in week 3. Trying to fight back against Howald, 2-2. A lot of long at-bats here in this game. Fought off again. 2 balls and 2 strikes it remains to Devin Flaherty. Good job by Lindsay Fico. Doing a little dodgeball. Deploying the 5Ds there to make sure she didn't get hit by the foul ball. Another 2-2 to Flaherty. Upstairs, full count. Payoff. Gets a hold of that one, but it's up in the air a long time. Running in is Pursuti. She makes the catch, and that'll do it. But another run on the board for the Lynx. After the RBI double by Michaela Frazier, it's 4-2 Pioneers. A little quiet offensively since that first inning. They'll try and answer back as we head to the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, Coach Fico went to the small ball in that inning. A lot of bunting, put some pressure on the defense, and they got a 2-run lead as we are here in the bottom of the fourth. Reminder, like us, share us on Facebook, Stream Live Tampa, retweet, and like everything on at Stream Live Tampa on Twitter. And you can subscribe for free on our YouTube channel, Stream Live Tampa. And appreciate everybody's support from FGCL, from the top, Ryan Moore, Leslie Ginder, all the coaches, players, owners, fans, everybody that's gave us a lot of kind words in these first 3 weeks of the inaugural season. Interesting enough, I was talking with Nolan Nyman, one of the owners for the Pioneers, general manager from Square Up Academy. The Pioneers haven't had the same lineup since opening day. That lineup has not been out there again, so they've had to really shuffle a lot, and Erica Beach has had to push the right buttons to get them in the standings of where they're at right now. So we'll see how they can respond being down 2 runs in this inning.
Yeah, both these teams trying to answer after really tough third weeks. Pioneers needed a late double to walk off fast pitch U, and then were held to 2 runs combined and lost us to the River Mocs in the impact. Lynx lost an extras of a slice, then got pretty much dominated by the squeeze, 7-0. It is 5, 6, and 7 for the Pioneers, trailing 4-2. Here in the bottom of the 4th. Grace Prom had an RBI single in the first, and she sees a first pitch strike. Prom, typically known for being hit by the pitches, was able to hit one off of the pitcher in the first and drove in the second run of the evening for the Pioneers. One and two. Prom at the plate. Out of Santa Fe. Her collegiate head coach in the Lynx dugout right now. So is her assistant, Kara Parker. Santa Fe staff came over to coach the Bradenton Lynx here in the FGCL. And it hits her. No, they'll say she had the elbow out. That'll be a ball, so 2-2. As the home plate umpire says that elbow was just hanging over the edge of his zone. Bauer bailed out. Back steps Prom. 2-2. Full count. Beautiful sunset here at Lakewood Ranch. As we close the book on this Thursday.
Grant, this is amazing.
You can't make it up, really.
No, not at all.
Prom, there's no way she stuck her body out, so that's definitely a hit by pitch. She heads to first for the, I think that's number 10. Have we hit double digits? We'll have to check the stats later on. Either way, she's reached base now twice in this game, and she's aboard with the leadoff HBP here in the bottom of the 4th. Kayla Poston flew out in the first. First pitch ball outside. I've never included it on a board before, but I'm going to have to now keep track of how many times a player's been hit by a pitch. Try and pull it up for you now. One rolls in, Poston ahead 2-0. That's number 11 on the summer for Grace Prom. (3-0). To put that in perspective, Prom has been hit by 11 pitches. She has 4 base hits this summer. That's why the OBP is astronomical. In there for a strike. Poston trying to generate some production here in the bottom of the 4th. Bauer finds it. Full count. Payoff. Off speed up the middle. Frazier is there. She makes the catch for the first out of the 4th inning. Here's Jordan Petty. Strikeout in the second for the one they call Hulk. Lays down a bunt, but foul. 0-1. Prom hanging out over at first after being hit by a pitch. Bottom of the order trying to produce. It's 4-2 Lynx. Here in the bottom of the fourth. Called strike. The 1-2 from Bauer. Upstairs. 2-2. Way out in front. Change does it. Second strikeout against Petty. Third of the night for Bauer. 2 down. Skylar Ball trying to extend this fourth. She lined out in the second. First pitch away for ball one. That one out to center. And there is Likens to make the catch and shut things down here in the bottom of the fourth. Runner left on as the Lynx clings to a 4-2 lead through 4. We head to the top of the fifth. Kayla Howald coming back out in the circle. The Lynx will look for some more runs as that offense continues to swing the bat well here in this game. Top of the fifth, Kayla Howald back in the circle. Came on in the third inning to replace the starter Brooklyn Lucero. And since her arrival, Howald has given up 3 base hits, 1 run. It was earned. Yet to record a strikeout. And now she opens up with 4-5-6 for the Bradenton Lynx. Howald trying to keep the Lynx where they are. From a purely numerical standpoint, it has been kind of a one-sided day. Squeeze beat Fast Pitch U 9-1 and 5. Rivermonks beat the Slice 7-1. Led it at 1.7-0. So right now we are seeing certainly the closest game of the day. Pioneers trying to make sure the Lynx don't add any more. Here in the top of the fifth, starting off with Gabby Ruiz. First pitch from Howald. Strike one. Ruiz drove in a run on a single back in the third inning. Also came around to score in that frame. Hard line out in the first. Quickly, Howald ahead 0-2. And foul tipped into the glove. That's a K for Howald. First in relief, 1 down. And now Haley Lee. 2 RBI single in the third. Ground out in the second. Strike 1. Howald 4 for 4. 4 pitches, 4 strikes so far here in the 5th. Lee out of Texas A&M. One of the very few SEC folks on rosters here in the FGCL. Does have a home run this week. That was in the game against the Slice. The 1-1. That one is crushed. See ya. Giga Maggies. Haley Lee. Way out to center. And that'll give her a 3rd home run this summer and a 2nd this week. And the Lynx expands the lead. 5-2 here in the top of the 5th. My gracious. Lee just roped it. Absolutely got all of it. And a 3rd straight inning where the Lynx has added something on the board. Here's Kaylee Evans, had her first hit of the summer. Last time up, there's hit number 2. Right back up the middle. 1 out single for Kaylee Evans. Entered the day 0 for 6 this summer. She's 2 for 3 tonight. As the Lynx has clearly done some research on Howald. Now 5 hits surrendered and 2 earned runs here in relief. Mackenzie Woods walked in the 2nd, flew out in foul ground in the 3rd. Big cut. Top 5, it's 5-2 Lynx. It's 2-0 Pioneers after 1. The Lynx got 3 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and now 1 here in the 5th. Big swing again, 0-2. Good to hear from Claire Gilmore tuning in. I assume related to Taylor Gilmore on the Pioneers. Swing and a miss. And that's the 2nd strikeout of the inning for Howald. 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Also got a tweet from Tara Henry, who is grilling chicken and watching softball out on the porch. Not a bad way to live. Here's Sajari Jones. 2 down, runner over at first. Jones struck out in the 2nd, singled and scored in the 4th. Swing and a miss. Evans is going, and she will slide in safely on the stolen base. Appear to be a hit and run for the Lynx. Either way, RBI chance now for the redshirt freshman out of Pensacola State. Doesn't have one this summer. That one poked out to left. Long run, it'll fall. That's fair. Jones will head for 2nd. That's a double. And the inning extends. 2nd and 3rd now. After Jones puts in the perfect spot right in front of Pursuti. Still 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. But the Lynx just finding the right spots right now. Jalen Ford. Zero for zero in this game. Hit by a pitch in the 3rd, sack bunt in the 4th. Chance to maybe blow this one open a bit here in the top of the 5th. So Howell tries to find her way out of a jam. High strike. The 1-1 to Ford. Upstairs, 2-1. Haley Lee, a solo home run here in this inning. And Kaylee Evans had a single. And then after a strikeout, Sajari Jones had a double down the left field line. A couple feet fair, but it took a sidewinding hop. 2-1 to Ford. Well hit, but foul. Good attempt by Saylor to give chase. 2-2. And keep in mind, Ford's OBP, very similar to Grace Prom's, is ridiculous. North of 500 entering the day, and she's reached twice. If she can get aboard, on deck is Michaela Frazier, who is 3 for 3 with an RBI. So if you're Kayla Howald, this is the out you have to have. Cannot let this inning keep going. 2-2. In on the hands, and making the catch is Prom to retire the side. So Howald does her job, but Haley Lee does hers as well. Absolutely blasting one out to center. It's 5-2 Lynx. Headed to the bottom of the 5th, Pioneers trying to answer.
And it looks like we'll see the debut of Mary Beth Feldman. Just joining the league this week with the Lynx. Finished her freshman year at University of Utah, local product out of Lithia, Newsom High School in Hillsborough County. Her dad, Greg Feldman's here. Good guy. Been around the softball world for a long time. Older sister Claire also pitched at Utah, so she was following in her footsteps, and we'll see how MB does here tonight.
Yeah, first appearance for Mary Beth Feldman, added earlier this week. 2020 stats for the Utah Utes, a 4.26 ERA and 31 2/3 innings pitched, 38 hits, 28 runs, 15 of them earned, 19 walks, 23 Ks, a 3-1 record in her first year for Utah. First appearance. Nobody's really seen her throw, so there's no scouting report. We'll give it to you as we watch. Out watching intently, Erica Beach and Carly Milburn. They've never seen Feldman either. So we'll all learn together about the righty out of Utah from Lithia, Florida. She will open things up against 9-10-1. Starting off with Krull, who struck out back in the 2nd. As we drift closer to 9 o'clock Eastern here on this Thursday night. Swing and a miss. Quickly 0-2. Feldman already showing she has decent pace. See if she can mix as well. The 0-2 to Kroll. Wow, that just missed. Low, 1 and 2. Fouled off by Kroll. Stays alive, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Pioneers had 2 runs on 3 hits in the first. Since then, just 1 base hit and 3 base runners. Here they are on the bottom of the 5th, down 5-2. 1-2 to Kroll from the new pitcher Feldman. Fouled back. Feldman stands in. Another 1-2 to Kroll. That one in play. This will be a long throw for Flaherty. In time. Nicely done by Flaherty. Good stretch by Ford over at first. 1 down. Flaherty had to take a couple steps back. That one was such a high hopper. That'll sit down the 9 hitter. Here's the 10 spot. Cameo Pursuti. Ground out in the 3rd. Her only appearance so far. Mary Beth Feldman in the circle. First appearance in the FGCL. By my count, unless I'm forgetting somebody, 3rd edition in the circle since the league began. That went in for strike 1. Shannon Sale arrived right at the end of week 1. Ashley Blesson was added over the bye on Wednesday. Got her first appearance today for the Slice. And now here's Feldman. I don't believe I'm missing anybody. The 1-1 to Pursuti is low over towards us. 2-1. Feldman toes the rubber. 2-1 to Pursuti. Sharp hit, but foul. Two to Pursuti. Slap foul yet again. Here in the bottom of the 5th. Pioneers really jumped on top of Danny Bauer. They led off the game with a pair of doubles. They had 3 hits in the first with a couple runs, but since then, just 1 hit. And since that point, the Lynx offense has gotten hot. Over by us. There's a fence in front of me, but I still reacted. 2-2. Both these teams will be back in action tomorrow. If you want to come and check out the Lynx and the Nears as Pursuti sits down. First K of the summer for Mary Beth Feldman, 2 away. Pioneers at 7 o'clock will face the Slice tomorrow. River Mox and Lynx battling. That also at 7. Back to the top of the order with Kara Saylor. Came in to replace Paris Woods earlier in the game. Low in the dirt. Saylor popped out in the third over on the second base side. Ina Woods must still be injured because she had that leadoff double. Wasn't running well, but if she could play, she would be. 1-1. Digs that one out over to Frazier, who solid as ever. Throws the first in plenty of time to retire the side. Yet again, a quiet inning for the Pioneers bats as Mary Beth Feldman introduces herself to the FGCL. We're through 5. Lynx up 5-2. They'll try and continue to build their lead as we head to the top of the 6th.
Yeah, Mary Beth looks like she's in mid-season form just from that first inning of work.
Glad you're with us here on Stream Live Tampa. Thank you for commenting on the Facebooks and YouTubes and Twitters and Zooms and whatnot. Would love to hear from you as well on my Twitter because it's much easier to access for me since it's right up there. So you can tweet me at Gray, Gray_Robertson. And on games when we are not streaming, I will be here. I'll be videoing. Won't be talking, but you'll be able to see some of the old iPhone clips. So again, follow me at Gray, Gray_Robertson. Stay up to date on whatever's going on or just say hello. We'd love to hear from you. As we head to the top of the 6th, Kayla Howald back out in relief, and it does not get any easier because it's 1-2-3. 2 up for the Lynx. Frazier, Likens, Flaherty. Michaela Frazier, a quiet evening, 3 for 3. Couple doubles, RBI double in the 4th, singled in the 1st, doubled and scored in the 3rd. 5-2 Lynx. 3 runs in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th and the 5th. What will happen in the 6th as Howald tries to keep the opposition where they are? Been tough against Frazier. First pitch in there for strike 1. Frazier hammers that one out to left, way up in the air. Drifting over and making the catch is Prasudi. And for the first time tonight, down goes Frazier. 1 away. Here's Ashley Likens, 0 for 3 night. She stepped out of the box twice. Again, there's no box apparently, though she was so far out in front of home plate. The call had to be made. I'm going to watch the feet this at bat. Fouls that one off. That one might have been out of the box if there was chalk, but again, no chalk because this field has not been touched by that machine since well before the 5 o'clock game. The 0-1 from Howald. Hit foul. Out of play, 0-2. That one, to be quite frank, she might have been close as well. Again, tough to see when there's no chalk, but nothing super blatant on contact so far. Howald ahead 0-2. The pitch. Over to first. Petty's got it. Steps on the bag. 2 away. And now Devin Flaherty. Very strange 0-for-3 night for her. Ground out in the first. Hit into a fielder's choice in the third. Flew out in the fourth. Now 1 for 10 here in week 3. That went over to short. Prom runs in, makes the catch. And very, very easily, 1-2-3. Here in the top of the 6th, as the Lynx, for the first time since the second inning, can't put up a run. Pioneers are looking for the bats to get going. 5-2 Lynx as we head to the bottom of the 6th. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, Mary Beth Feldman in the circle. New pitcher getting her first bit of action. She appeared in the 5th, went 3 up, 3 down, had a strikeout. Now she faces 2-3-4 for the Pioneers. Lynx up 5-2. While we're on the topic, I would be remiss if I did not shout out Kevin Almond, dedicated employee at the University of Alabama in the athletic department for a very long time. Today was his last day of work. Retiring out in Tuscaloosa, so congratulations to Kevin Almond on a fantastic career down in Tuscaloosa. Here it begins with Megan Piero. 4 hits today for the Pioneers. 2 of them have come off the bat of Piero. Doubled and scored in the first, singled in the third. Only 6 outs to play with for the Pioneers. Got to find a way to string together some base hits. First pitch in the dirt. Piero had entered the day 1 for 8 here in week 3, so good to see her starting to put it together again at the plate. Head 2-0. We have seen Feldman mainly work down, change, drop, just keeping it low. Different kind of look from Bauer, who can really throw it all over the zone. 2-0 to Piero. Big swing and a miss. 2-1. Piero gets a hold of it. Out to left. Drifting foul. And making the catch. In plenty of time. With plenty of room is Evans. 1 down. Here's Mackenzie Ball. Sack fly in the first. That drove in a run. Walked in the third. Here she is, first time facing Feldman. First pitch. Low for ball 1. The addition of Feldman now changes things for the Bradenton Lynx. They've got 4 arms. Abigail Morgan, Lauren Hobbs, Danny Bauer, Mary Beth Feldman. Bauer Very talented. Morgan has a lot in the arsenal. Hobbs, much better than the ERA would suggest. It's a really solid staff for the Lynx. And if they compare that with solid offense, this is a team that could be dangerous once we get to the postseason. One to ball. Chopped foul, 1 and 2. Really just a hard drop on her ball when it comes in. Two pretty good-looking appearances by the two new pitchers in the league. Blesson in the first game came in, got 3 strikeouts in the 7th inning, and now here's Feldman. Time called.
Yeah, I agree. The addition of Sale, Blesson, and Feldman, all local flavor, all from around the Tampa area. Good to see them joining this league now. But yeah, you're right. It's going to make both the Slice and the Lynx dangerous.
These late additions have changed things a bit. Standings not quite reflecting that. It might not until the postseason, to be quite honest. We'll see. We'll see which arms these coaches decide to ride once we get to the playoffs. So many fascinating questions. 2-2 to ball. Swung on and missed for the strikeout. Second for Feldman in relief, 2 down. Neely Peterson, 0 for 2, couple of 4-3 ground outs. Trying to keep it alive. Here in the bottom of the 6th with 2 outs. In for strike 1. Quickly, Feldman ahead, 0-2. It has been a tale of 2 offenses for the Pioneers, really. Again, 3 hits on and 2 runs coming in the first. Since then, just 1 hit. Base runners in innings 2 through 6. Peterson trying to switch up the mojo here with 2 outs. The 0-2 from Feldman. They'll say it was caught by Lee, so that'll be it. Strikeout from Feldman, that's number 3 in relief, and we head to the 7th. 3 up, 3 down, and we head to the top of the 7th. Lynx still up, 5-2 over the Pioneers.
I want to give a shout out to our good friend at D1softball.com, Tara Henry, tweeted that she was making chicken, grilling chicken, Gray. She had the picture of the grill and her laptop up with the game streaming from tonight. So appreciate her support as always.
Well, now we head to the top of the 7th. Lynx looking for insurance. 4, 5, 6. 2 up for the Lynx. Ruiz, Lee, and Evans against Howald. Came on in the third, got into a bit of early trouble in relief, but got through the sixth in the top of the order. 3 up, 3 down. Here's Ruiz, first pitch. Nice catch! Piero lays out. 1 down. Hit on a rope by Ruiz, but nicely done by Piero. Helping out her pitcher. Here's Haley Lee. Good day for her. She's driven in 3. 2 for 3 night. Homer in the 5th. 2 RBI single in the 3rd. Outside for ball 1. In there for strike 1.
Yeah, Gray, we've got just got a text from Erica Beach's father, Rick. We were talking about him before the game, that he's watching it on the 65-inch TV out in Phoenix.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Hope it's the same temperature we've got here because it's been pretty calm all night long.
And we're getting a lot of love tonight from the West Coast. That's 3 states, Nevada, California, and Arizona, I believe, people chiming in.
Still waiting on the Alabama contingent to tune in, but whatever. Do better, guys. 2-1 to Lee. Hard chop of foul, 2-2. Lee now with 12 runs batted in so far this summer. That, I believe, as I do quick board math, ties her for the team lead with Michaela Frazier. Yes, it does. Both with 12. Two. Off of Krull. That's fair. Hard hit ball by Haley Lee. 3 for 4 night for her. And the Lynx with a 1-out base runner here in the top of the 7th. Now, Kaylee Evans, she entered the night 0 for 6 this summer. She's 2 for 3. Single in the 3rd and a single in the 5th. Both against Howald. Outside for ball 1. That one to Piero again. The throw back to first. What an inning for Megan Piero. Catches the line drive and fires back for the double play. And that'll do it. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Megan Piero basically does it all by herself in the top half, and now the offense has to get going. 5-2 Lynx. 3 outs away from a victory and ending the 4-game losing streak. Pioneers trying to stay around here at Lakewood Ranch on this Thursday night. 5-2 Lynx.
Come on, ladies, let's go.
to the bottom of the 7th. Pioneers trailing it 5-2. Lynx on a 4-game losing streak. Pioneers on a 2-game losing streak. Both trying to get back into the winners column. And the Lynx 3 outs away from doing just that with a 5-2 lead. It is 5-6-7 due up for the Pioneers. Facing off against Mary Beth Feldman. 2 innings of work for her. 3 strikeouts. Has been perfect along the lines. And as we talked about in the previous inning, for the Pioneers, just 1 hit since the first where they scored 2 runs.
Here we go, ladies.
One of those runs came across because of a Grace Prom RBI single in the first. She also was hit by a pitch for the umpteenth time in the 4th. Prom, Post, and Petty. Last chance for the Pioneers here in the bottom of the 7th. Outside for ball 1. Games coming up tomorrow. Again, we'll update you on the schedule. They will not be streamed. We'll be back on Monday for those games. Five o'clock, Impact and Fast Pitch U over on Field 1. So this one. And at 7 o'clock over here, Slice and Pioneers over on Field 2, Rivermox and Lynx. And coming up tomorrow, again, not going to be streamed, but I'll be tweeting videos from @Gray, GRAY_Robertson on the Twitter. So follow and stay tuned for Friday excitement. Low, and Prom held off. 2-1. Good pitch by Feldman. My goodness. Way up in the sky. Center fielder. Likens makes the catch. 1 down. Poston is 0 for 2. Fly out in the first, pop out in the 4th. First pitch from Feldman. And there for strike 1. And because Feldman has been perfect so far in relief, these are all batters seeing her for the first time. So you can't make adjustments on her previous at-bat when she wasn't throwing last time. End of a glove, 0-2. Earlier tonight, the Rivermox beat the Slice. 7-1 victory. Rivermox in first. Slice dropped to 5-6. They're currently in 4th alone. If the Lynx win, those teams will be tied at 5-6 this summer. Poston chops it foul.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Another 1-2 to Poston. Outside.
For 55. 6 for 55.
It's Taylor Gilmore. Stepping in. Redshirt sophomore out of Colorado State. So far this summer, a 3.08 average at the plate, 8 of 26 with 319 OBP. First pitch ball. Against the Lynx last time out, she was 1 for 3 with a solo home run. 2 outs. Trying to keep the Pioneers alive. Fouled back, 1-1. That one over to Frazier. Throw to first in plenty of time. And that'll do it. The Lynx ends a 4-game losing streak and improves to 5-6 on the summer. Losing streak for the Pioneers grows to 3. They are now 4-9 after the 5-2 victory. Danny Bauer gets the victory in the circle. But how impressive was Mary Beth Feldman? 3 perfect innings in relief, including 4 strikeouts against the Pioneers, who were just able to muster 1 hit after that 2-run first inning. Lynx wins it 5-2 as we shut things down here on this Thursday. Really exciting day. Again, no coverage on Friday. Monday, the squad from Streamline Tampa will be back to see what happens in Week 4.
Correct, right? Yeah, watching Mary Beth. Whew. I've watched her for many years when she was younger and through high school and stuff. And, yeah, it just makes this Lynx team dangerous when we approach playoff time. Yeah, interesting. We will be back Monday, Stream Live Tampa. I think we'll have 3 or 4 days next week. I know myself, Greg, just so you know, I think we had talked about this. I'm going up to the great state of Ohio with my family and to see other family. And so I'll be back the following week. But the normal Stream Live Tampa crew with some of our new gear will be here next week, and we'll have more games streaming. And we got a lot of great compliments on the crew, on the stream tonight, and a couple glitches here and there, but nothing too bad. A lot of great comments, so we appreciate that. And thanks as always, Greg.
Well, it's been a lot of fun here. We signed things off here on this Thursday night. Again, action here at Lakewood Ranch on Friday. We will not be streaming. We'll be back on Monday. For Jim Delaney, for the entire crew, for all of you out there, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a lot of fun here in Week 3 of the FGCL. We'll see you next time on Streamline.